With us on TVC Midday News, we're staying with developments in River State, where the President Bola Tinubu has declared a state of emergency. Joining me for more on this conversation is convener, Integration Summit Group Nigeria, Dr. Chris Ekiyo. Thank you, Dr. Ekiyo, for joining us at this time. Did you, at any point, foresee that this conflict will get to the point where a state of emergency will be declared in River State?
All right, thank you, and good morning. I think that that was the position everybody had envisaged, that going by the happenings over the last 2 years, we'll get to a high point where the president may have to declare the state of emergency. However, what had happened yesterday was unexpected by millions of Nigerians, including the very people of River State, because the positions for declaring a state of emergency are well spelled out in the Constitution. And thus far, River State in itself hasn't gotten to the point where there's complete breakdown of law and order or threat to life of existence of the people of River State. So it came as a rude shock to most Nigerians. The president is president of everybody, 250 million Nigerians, regardless of their political party. The crisis in River State is political, and the actors are a minister in the Federal Republic and a governor in the state. And I do not also think that there are evidence to show that the pipeline vandalization that occurred yesterday are, connected with inactions of the governor of the state. So the way and manner that this has been declared calls for concern. Concern in the sense that in a democratic setting, we must always find democratic ways to resolve issues that have arisen in the country. Because if we do want to go to the extreme at all times, we will destroy this democracy that we've all struggled to build.
Dr. Ekiyo,
and the
if I may quickly comment, Dr. Ekiyo, the president also in that broadcast had mentioned that he had attempted to intervene in the matter, but that parties to the case didn't exactly, follow, pay attention to what he was saying. So it appeared he had made moves, not just appearing. We know he had meetings with at least the minister of the FCT. He had meetings with the governor, but then the agenda they brought out weren't exactly followed to the letter by parties.
Yeah. So what I see is the biblical story of don't divide the child. Those two mothers, and so one will want the child to be divided at all costs, and the original owner of the child says no, give the child to the other. The situation in River State, for those living in River State, understand clearly that the honorable minister need to have been more cautious in dealing with those issues. He has a right to be angry, he has a right to express his anger, but I think that most of the ambers of conflict that has arisen as a result of his high-handedness over and above an elected governor in the state. And that's why the president should have come in to regulate. Because the governor is an executive of a state. He could do all that he wants, break all the laws. The laws will catch up with him.
Dr. Ekiyo,
after 4 years, he'll be tried. So, but why I'm saying what I'm saying is that we should be careful. Whereas the president is intended to solve a problem, we should not try to do it in a manner that people will perceive that he's biased.
I hear you, Dr. Ekiyo. All right, but let's talk about the situation in River State. Earlier you mentioned the fact that, there was actually pipeline vandalism. We understand that at least 2 gas pipelines, were, exploded in the course of 24 hours. And that is not just vandalism, it's also economic sabotage. And the president did make reference to that, and the fact that the governor didn't seem to make any effort to bring perpetrators to justice. What do you say about that? Do we have to wait to the point where the whole situation, degenerates completely?
No.